Hey everybody, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. How has it been? I hope that you all are in good health and you all are taking care of yourselves. Now, in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at everything that I read in the month of January. So this video is a January wrap up. The first book that I want to talk about is Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. Now, this book, as it says on the title, talks about sleep. I have so many times and via so many different people always heard the quote that, okay, I will sleep when I die. Or if someone is sleeping, that people say, oh, that person is wasting their time. And it's such a common thing to say, and it's also a common concept to agree to, like, okay, if you are sleeping, then you are wasting time. In Why We Sleep, Matthew Walker talks about the importance of sleep. We always undermine sleep, and in this book, the author talks about why and how important it is to have a good night of sleep. And not even a good night, like having regular proper sleep, how important it is and what kind of adverse effects we have when we are not sleeping properly. Even one night of improper sleep leads to so many consequences in the long run. This was actually a really interesting read. I will make a separate review about this and we'll talk about what the author has talked about in detail. But in short, sleep is important. And then the author also talks about productivity cycles and like how some people are more productive during the mornings and other people's are more productive during the night. So yeah, it was a really interesting read, and I didn't read it through and through, like I'm not done with it. I'm halfway through and I had to stop because it is an interesting read, but at the same time there is a lot of information in this book. So I'm gonna be reading this in chunks and then I will combine everything up and will make a video and explain things in much easier terms, even though like this book is super easy to understand. Someone from a non-science background can easily understand it. So if you're looking to read something that will help you give a proper argument to someone who says that sleep isn't good or sleep is not important, then read this book. But in general, like read this book even if you are not preparing for an argument. Some people actually need confirmation. Some people actually need proof to understand why sleep is important and if it does play a role in our health, mentally, physically, and all that. The next book that I'm going to talk about is an ebook. Now, I have said this multiple times in my previous videos that I would never ever read ebooks, but I'm actually trying them out this year. So the ebook that I read was Life of Luna Stone by David Fobb. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the surname wrong, but I will leave the picture of the book up here. I got this book as advanced review copy on Reedsy Discovery and it belongs to mystery, thriller, suspense genre. So before we get on with what I think about the book, let me just tell you a little summary of the book. The story is about this young girl called Luna Stone, and she is a really celebrated tennis player. She has this winning streak going on. She has won tournaments and she is just the pride of her hometown. And as the story progresses, we get to know how tragedy befalls her and how she copes up with everything. Luna lives with her parents because she is a minor after all, and she also has got a sister named Hanul, and she has moved out of the house for college. The tragedy that occurs in Luna's life is where all the suspense and mystery and thriller aspect of the novel happens. When I was looking at the blurb of the novel or the basic introduction of the novel, I was attracted towards it because A, I love sports, and B, I love fiction, especially mystery, thriller, suspense and all that kind of stuff. I love how the author has written the character of Luna, and not only that, you will also fall in love with her sister Hanul and also her parents. The characterization done in this novel is really, really heartwarming. They just ooze warmth. Luna, as the protagonist, is obviously shown as this strong young girl, and I really enjoyed reading that. But at the same time, we also see Luna in her moments of despair, in her moments of weakness, because she has gone through such massive events in her life that just completely, like, her life has done a 360. And you see this strong girl cope up with everything. So it's a really inspiring and motivating read. But there are certain issues that I have with the novel. Number one is the novel is written in passive voice, which isn't personally for me. I don't like reading passive voice at all because it just makes the audience disconnect with the novel. I love getting involved with the story and getting to know things as they are happening. The passive voice was a bit of a downer, but like it obviously was a personal one. The second issue that I have with the novel is related to the genre itself. The book has been categorized as mystery, thriller, suspense. But honestly speaking, when you're reading the novel, you don't really get the feels of it. Like, I'm not saying the story is completely devoid of mystery, of thrill, or suspense. It is there, but it's there only in really minimal amount. And the third and the final issue that I have with the novel is the way emotions have been handled. So we would read a chapter where everybody is sitting and having dinner, and then all of a sudden, someone in that group would have an emotional outburst, and they would up and leave the room. And I would get confused, just like all the other characters on that table. So the emotional thing, the emotions in the novel are not really handled well. But apart from all of these, I really enjoyed reading the novel because of obviously Luna and the way she has been written. And I also really like the way the author has written the familial bond between all of these characters. At the end of it, I would probably give this book a 2 to 2.5 star. Now, moving towards the final book that I read in the month of January, or rather, I am still reading it, Islam Without Extremes by Mustafa Akhil. I'm just about halfway through this book, and this is an incredible book. This book talks about Islam, obviously, as the title says, but it also talks about a brief history of Islam, and then it moves on and talks about the different ideological phases that it went through. What I like about this book is the fact that it's written in a really simple and easy to understand way. The book starts with a backstory of the author himself, and he tells us about how he got introduced to the religion. So those were the 3 books that I read in the month of January. Do share your reads in the comments below. And with that note, we have come to the end of this video. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, I would highly appreciate it if you do so. And I will see you guys really soon, inshallah. Till then, take care. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.